When I first moved to a new city decades ago, my 5-year-old son had a terrible fall. He broke his hand. I panicked. I barely knew anyone in the city and I had no idea where to go to. I frantically searched for a hospital. I made call after call only to realize that there were no beds available. I was overwhelmed. After what felt like an eternity, I found a hospital. They took care of him. His need was immediately addressed. But I learned something powerful in that moment. Success, survival, opportunity. They are not based on what you know, they are based on who you reach out to. We often think networking is about business, career growth, or LinkedIn connections. It is much deeper than that. Networking is making meaningful connections, building relationships which provide you with opportunities, support, and unexpected solutions. And in a world which is changing faster than ever, the future is not waiting. In fact, it is happening right now. Years ago, I got in touch with a senior colleague of mine in my previous organization. My relationship with him wasn't transactional. I used to send him messages. I used to talk to him over a coffee. I also used to meet him in various forums, exchanging ideas and thoughts. One day, he called me. He said, Ram, here is a perfect job for you. And I have not applied for the job. I was not even aware that the job exists. What has happened here is I knew the right person, except for my first job. All the opportunities that I got in my life are due to the connections, due to the networking. It is not about who you know, whether the person who is important in that organization knows you or not. That's what is important. They need to know you, who you are, what you stand for, what you can bring to the table. That's what is important. I'm going to share a couple of personal stories. I had some time back the privilege of meeting Miss Charm India. You don't meet every day Miss Indias and Miss Charms, right? So I happened to meet her in a particular forum. I started interacting with her. I was very curious to know who she is and what she is doing. She is amazing when it comes to hospitality. That's her job. In my interactions with her over a period of time, I learned something very profound from her. In fact, I've learned three things. The first one is the way we speak, our demeanor, the energy creates the first impression. The second one, which she has mastered, is it's not about you when you are talking to other person. It's about making the other person feel important. And the third one is understanding the right moment to connect. People are having ups and downs in their lives, their moods swing, but just knowing when to connect with whom also is very important, which is as equal as the connection itself. So networking is not sending about business cards or sending LinkedIn requests. It's about real human relationships. Let me introduce you two interesting people, Vinash and Vikas. These are fictional characters. Vinash, what he does, he goes on sending requests online for connections. And every request follows with the next question, can you refer me to a job? And if people don't respond, he moves on. Now let me talk to you about Vikas, what he does. Vikas takes a different approach. He attends forums, he attends seminars, he asks insightful questions to the speaker, he connects with the speaker, he also provides value. Sometimes Vikas sends reference material. Say that, hey, you spoke well, and this is additional material that may be useful for you. Tell me, over a period of time, Vikas is now has built his own brand as someone reliable and resourceful. When there is a dream job open, can you guess whose name is in the top of the list? It's Vikas. What is the difference between transactional networking versus relationship based networking? Transactional is temporary, short term, transactional, and it is self serving. Relationship is long term, trust based, and mutual. There is a mutual value in the relationship. The best networks are not built overnight. The best networks are nurtured over time. Okay, many people talk to me, Ram, tell me you have so many connections. What's your mantra for professional connections? I have a simple formula. A, B, C, D, E, and F. A stands for anticipate. Anticipate who are the people who might be helpful. Adapt to the change that is happening in your role. It could be a first job, it could be any job. Adapt to the environment. B, be distinctive. What is your uniqueness? What are you good at? Be distinctive and build your own brand. That will be useful when you are connecting with someone. C is connect with your colleagues. Your colleagues are, your peers are very smart. But if you want to be smarter than them, you need to connect one level above and one level below. I do have a lot of reverse mentors who are younger to me, and I learn quite a bit. So your connection should have one level above and one level below, which will help you to be smarter. And D stands for deeper connect. In life, we have limited time. Identify out of your connections who are the people with whom you want to have deeper connect. That's where you invest. And E stands for experts. Who are the experts in your domain who could help you and expand your network with those experts? And finally, this is the most important one. Have fun in life. Have friends. Have the best friend whom you could share with, and connect with your own family members, because at the end of the day, they are very, very important for you. They form the foundation. You need to balance professional networks with personal life as well. That's what is important. So this is my mantra, A to F. Let me move on to some of the questions that I typically get. Some people say, I'm an introvert. I get overwhelmed when I see a room full of people. So networking is not about walking into a room full of people who are strangers to you and exchanging furiously the business cards and forcing your conversations. No, that's not networking. Networking is making that particular moment when you are interacting with someone, making that interaction the most memorable one, most meaningful one for that individual and to you. Networking is not about quantity. Networking is more about quality. That's what is important. Let me move on and share my final story. There is this individual who is a leader in the aviation industry. I deeply admire this leader. He is known as a common man's airlines CEO, right? So as you see there, R.K. Lakshman even drew his cartoon. I had the opportunity to connect with him. I asked him some meaningful questions. I asked him some insightful questions when I had the opportunity to interact with him. that genuine interaction now built into a relationship where I take advice on leadership from him whenever I want. So, this is where when you invest in those relationships, and if you are genuine and there is true appreciation, there is a mutual respect, and the connection becomes stronger. And finally, many people say, I started late. I started networking very late. What is the best time for any networking? If you ask me, the best time to build your network is when you started babbling as a baby. Okay, but here is the truth. The second best time is start today. Start today the networking. Reconnect with someone in the past. Engage with someone who you are interested. Those connections are going to be useful. Be intentional about the relationship building. It's not for career growth. These relationships are for life. The future is not waiting. It is happening right now. The connections that you build today will define the opportunities that you get tomorrow. Thank you.